again and start cleaning the house and cleaning the garden, front view, etc., 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 etc. When I'm in the house under the bishop, I'm the husband and the father.
True.
Yeah. So I must help the woman, because if you leave everything for the woman to do, you weaken her. You are in partnership. She is a woman that carries your baby, the woman that feeds you. That's a whole lot of things you have to also to contribute, and it makes the house conducive for both of you.
Wow. Bishop, it's amazing. I tell you, we could go on and on, because I'm learning a lot myself. Because obviously, I don't know about you, logging onto this website and the issue of marriage. We're talking to Bishop Akoto-Banfo, and what he's saying is just blowing my mind. Bishop, you just hit a little bit on children, a little bit. How does children also affect marriage? Are they a blessing to marriage, or they're a reproach to marriage? Because I think some people probably see children as, once they come in, oh, we can't spend time together, oh, it's all about their kids now.
Children are a gift from God to the couple. They are extension of the love of the couple, extension of the life of the couple. They are a blessing. Now, children coming into the union, into the marriage, should not pose as a problem. You still have time for each other, but what is happening is this: when the man is not contributing to the raising of the children, that's where the problem starts. You have to share in the caring of the children. For instance, when my wife gives birth, sometimes I pick the kids to allow her to sleep. I learned how to change their nappies. I learned how to feed them, how to cuddle them to the sleep and sing for them, etc., etc. So the bond is they have some kind of bond with me and the mother. And sometimes we sit together and we talk to the kids and blah blah. And as they're growing, they sit around us. Even today, we sit down and we start holding our hands and kissing, and then the kids go, "Oh, mommy and daddy, go to your room and leave us alone," and blah 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 blah. But they are part of it. So they are seeing a union that is flowing in love. So definitely, when they grow, by the grace of God, they are also going to exhibit that. What you teach the children are taught by action, not by words. They learn from what they see than what they hear. When people are making excuses that, oh, when the children came, we don't have time for ourselves. No, you should create time for yourself. There is a time for you and your wife to go out and, cinema or eat out, etc., etc. And there's time to bring the family together. You should never leave your children. You should never leave them. We go to restaurants with our kids and we make them order their food and etc., 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 etc. As we are also ordering ours. And when we're eating, they look across the table. I want to have some of yours. Okay, I want to have some of yours. It brings the family together. The kids are free to tell us everything. And when we are worried, we tell them. And we ask them also to pray for us as we are praying for them. You must create that atmosphere.
It's amazing, Bishop, what you say. What is the problem with marriage now? What is actually wrong with marriage in today's world?
Impatience, selfish and inconsiderate actions. We become selfish. Everybody is thinking about themselves, not the other person. There's something I call camouflage and concealment that comes under the teachings that I give to the church about do I really know you? A book is coming out of it. Do I really know you? Sometimes people come into the marriage with false pretense. They are not exactly what they said they are. They came in for a purpose. And as soon as they achieve their purpose, they are checking out. Some use their partners as a stepping stone. So now the trust, that's the word I wanted, that is key word. There's no trust in marriage. And any marriage without trust and understanding is bound to fail. That's what we are feeling now. And number 3, we can't take pressure. When there's pressure in the marriage, financial pressure, whatever pressure, we tend to move away instead of solving it, instead of fighting it together, instead of praying together, instead of fasting together, instead of seeking the face of God together. One becomes angry, and then there's a banging of the doors, and somebody is sleeping in the bedroom upstairs, and another person is sleeping on the couch downstairs.
So, Bishop, how if we were to put you on a platform like the BBC or the CNN, and you were to announce to the whole world the solutions to marriage, what would you tell the world?
What I would say to every person is that we should have patience with each other in the relationship. We must be patient enough, because Rome was not built in a day, and life is not all rosy. Amongst rose flowers, one of my favorite flowers, when my wife celebrated her birthday, the 20th of October, the number of years that she has lived on planet Earth, I bought one rose flower to represent each year. So imagine, and but coming back to what I'm saying, amongst rose flowers there are thorns. That does not mean you cannot pluck the rose flower. When you put your hands into a rose flower, the plant itself, the thorns will prick you. There will be blood, there will be pain, but that flower is beautiful. So if you see your marriage as the rose flower, you ignore. Though there are thorns, you ignore that. Though it will prick, the things are pricking you, you ignore that. You will try your best to solve the problems that come in. We can't solve problems now. There's English proverb that says if you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, you get out. That's what is happening. So when there's heat is applied, when pressure is applied, a lot of pressure, we want to check out of the kitchen. No, we shouldn't be. I'm telling the whole world that marriage is beautiful. Marriage is the most beautiful thing you can find in the whole wide world. Stay in your marriage and make it work. Nobody's perfect. I'm not. We are still working on our marriage. There are times that I go home and I'm tired, or the times I go home I'm angry, and the times that my wife comes home and she's hungry. So I will give her a space. I give her time. And then I'll go in, ask one question, is everything all right? I'm fine. Okay, I'll move on. But other couples will fight. They will quarrel. I'm asking you a question, you are not answering me, and blah, 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 blah. And that leads to something else. And people will just walk out of the house and bang the door, and they go out. And then the devil will tell you, don't go back. We don't have patience. We don't actually have the patience to solve problems. We want pastor to solve it for us. We want a counselor to solve it for us. We want our friends to solve it for us. We want our neighbor to solve it for us. But listen, we are in the marriage. We know what's going on. So we must be able to sit down. We are not enemies. You are not enemies. You are friends. Sit down. Talk about it. When you are at fault, don't be too big to say I'm sorry. It's hurting me to see the rate of divorce in the house of God. And it's affecting the church, because when there's separation and divorce, people tend to leave the church because I don't want to fellowship with you anymore. So I'm telling whoever is watching, it's beautiful to have you watching us, and I want to say to you that marriage is so beautiful. You may be single, but don't give up. Somebody's looking for you, just as you are also looking for somebody. And the Lord will make a perfect match for you. One thing I believe God for, He never put a square peg over a round hole. Never. When God matches you, it's perfect. Everything that God did was perfect. All good, according to James chapter 1 verse 7, all good and perfect gifts comes from God. May the Lord grant that good and perfect good and perfect wife for you.
Yes, I'm lost for words. I'm lost for, name it, vocabularies, grammar, anything you want to say, because I've been sitting close to a man of God who is experienced and who is highly favored in this area of marriage, and my life is touched. I've been talking to Dr. Akoto-Banfo, Bishop Akoto-Banfo of the Powerline Chapel International in London, and he's blessed our hearts so much. And listen, my friend or whoever you are watching us through this medium, marriage is very, very important. Stay in that marriage, just as Bishop said. Do not lose your patience. Do not let go of, that which you saw first, that same beauty and that same love that you had at first. Don't let go because of the problems of today. It's still beautiful, as Bishop said. It's just like the rose, the thorns is in there. But hey, don't take your hands off the plow. Stay in it, and God will always see you through. My name is Jojo Immanuel-Lawson. Please do not let this be the last minute or the last time you're logging onto this website. Always log on to this website, www.jojoimmanuellawson.com, and I believe you'll be blessed. Don't forget to check out Dr. Akoto-Banfo at Powerline Chapel International. Google Powerline International, and I believe that you'll be blessed. May God bless you. Bye-bye.